What's up, y'all? It's Reap to Soul back with another video and a video regarding our Reap to Soul aftermath night session. Let's get into the trade that we got into. Really, a lot indecision in the morning. We just need to calm down, focus, and really stick to what we know. We just saw this downtrend happening in gold, which we took. So we took this bearish engulfing off the resistance. That was on the 15 up here. Had all the EMAs above, pushing price down. Really a great setup in totality. RSI wasn't in the right area, but it is what it is. RSI, obviously, the most trades that we have won previously have not been in that area, so it is what it is. One thing we want to acknowledge, though, is the next take profit area, which is down here, which on a 4 hour and a 1 hour. So first of all, we kind of pretty much explain this on Sunday, where we thought price was gonna make a high because it's level, but actually in totality on Monday we rejected this price not once but twice, even it coming up above the area the night before, and last night pretty much at 3-4 o'clock in the morning. Price rejected that area, went down, came back up, and then gave us another indication. So making a lower low and a lower high, giving us that entry. And that was, what time was that at? Pretty much 9 o'clock. And we had no news today, so we didn't know what price was really going to do in the sense of the indecision and the price on what it was going to do. So we just want to be thankful that we were able to see that happen. Give me 1 second. Let me find out where the rest of this. So within that, we had news pretty much non-existent today. Besides, I don't know why it's fresh, obviously, but besides USD news at 6 a.m., which is yellow folder, and the 4 p.m. news, which is what it is. So then scrolling down to tomorrow, we have pretty much a little bit more news than yesterday. A lot of yellow folders as well, but that's way pretty much after our session. So we'll see what kicks in. Maybe some more bearish energy kicks in tonight. That's what we're seeing for gold. So we want to hold this until the lowest. I don't want to 4 hour. I want to go to 1 hour. I want to hold this to the low right here. I saw this lower high that we created just marking up charts over the weekend. This right here might target this level, go up and come back down to these areas. So I think we might be on a bigger trail downwards because of this. We've been buying on gold since gold's been buying up since, might have to go on a daily time frame. Oh my gosh, pretty much since January and even past that. Jeez, yeah, we've been buying up on gold for almost a whole year now, just straight buys. Obviously we get some lows and things of that sort, but we had an all-time high in gold at almost 3,600, well 3,500 in gold, and we've been trickling down, we're consolidating, trickling down, consolidating and going up. So we want to see this really push down. So I saw that area down here we could target that we came down here through. So I think this on a 1 hour And mind you, this is our account balance right now. So pretty much made more than 20% just letting the trade ride down to where we needed to go. And we're gonna let it ride down as much as possible because we already took out a majority of our position. Only left position is left. The only position that is left is about, let's see, we're up about 3%. I think we risked about 1.5% or 1% in general. So we're up about 3% from that percent. So really doubled our money in a sense for that one entry they have. But all the other entries that we got into, we got out. And like I said, we started at almost 1500. Now we're at 19. So almost 2K. And that goal for the week is 2K. So we're not going to rush into anything. One thing I was saying for gold that I like that's going on, let me minimize this. I want to see the charts. Let me take this off. It's a little more clear. And let me put this on Zoom. So, what I was saying is, alright. So, we had this high right here. Let's just start from an area. We can start from here. So, we had technically this is a lower high. To this lower high over here. Came down. A lot of buyers in the area. We brought back up. Then we had another lower high from this lower high. That should be. This should be a low. And this should be high actually, because we went from a lower low, then we made a new high. Price made a low. We'll get better the more we do this, but it's a lower high going to a high. A high was set, we reject this area, made a low. Made a lower high, made a lower low. And I came back up here, we test that area. This is the entry we got in at this morning, making a lower high. So price right now it's a high, but it's lower than the previous high, and we're trickling down. So as you see the blue lines, we're going down, up, down, up. We're gradually going lower, like stairs in a sense. But it's obviously deep stairs, as if you visualize it correctly. But as you can see, price also came up from this area and bought again, making a lower high, and selling back down here, making a lower low. And now we're kind of consolidating. I guess you could tag this area as being another lower high, but I think it's going to come back up again, because this right now will be the indication to a new zone off for the sell. So we could put this right here, lower low, and everything else will flow, and we'll find out we'll find out tonight, maybe Thursday we'll get a setup, maybe we'll on the trade tomorrow, we'll see how the market looks in the morning. But this is the thought. I don't know why this is here. Oh, this is very good. I want to see. That's why you have an entry in, because if it hits all the way down here, all right, we made money with the whole move, all trickling all the way down. But also, we want to make sure that this is following what we got going on. So we want to use the EMAs as much as possible. Maybe price can come up to this area, give us a little pullback, and come back all the way down after making it evident that it needs to sell. It has sold below this area because we've been buying off this area ever since. So we bought off this area once, came all the way back down, bought again, came all the way down, bought again, and now we're selling through it again. So we'll see exactly what happens throughout the night going into tomorrow morning with gold. We're going to leave it just how it is. We're going to leave it exactly how it is. So hopefully we get a play on, hopefully this goes down a little bit lower actually. Hopefully we get something like this. It drops down here. It goes up here. then we get that pull down all the way down going to whatever. But we want that extra entry if possible. But we do want it on a 15 minute or 5 minute time frame to sell again. So obviously we're in sales for gold at the moment, and we're gonna keep it like that. So going into our next, uh, so before we got into our gold trade and won the trade, we initially looked at Nas as being one of the trades to sell down, and obviously we are making a sell pattern in a sense. Let's look at 1 hour, but it didn't typically get to where we need to go. But it's halfway there, and we didn't hit stop loss either. So obviously we're out of this trade, and very choppy at that. Not a straight down movement the way we wanted it, but as you can see, we made price move around a bit. So we had price make a high. We even start from here. Made a high, okay. And we came down here, made a low. This is the lowest area it's been at, and we bought off that area. So a new low was created. We bought off that area. Okay, cool. And then we made a lower high. So that lower high that was created in the past, we came down, made a low, then we made a lower high. Now it's kind of looking like a downtrend. So that lower high then makes a lower low all the way down here. And it kind of is in this box right here consolidating. So we gotta be careful in general in this area. And then we made another lower high, and then now we're in the stagnation phase. And I thought price would be able to sell below this area, which it is right now, but to a certain degree, and which we can aim for that 1 hour previous market structure, which is all the way down here. So I'm assuming price wants to make a sort of indication or a attempt to sell down here to show we have enough volatility, enough power and sellers to then go back up to go sell again. So we'll wait to see what this is gonna do. I don't like how choppy it is right here, but I do see the vision in the sense of it gradually breaking down. So we did stop here, and we brought back again, and then we'll see what price does after. Hopefully we get something smooth, maybe get something like this, and we come back up again, and we sell all the way down to that 1 hour 1 hour support. Yeah, this price is holding up at this area, and this is where all the buys coming in at. So, and we're really bullish on Nas. So don't want to force to sell too much, but this is what price action is showing us, and I think it will be very strong buying off this area again if possible. We tapped this area 3 times, 1, 2, 3 times, and we bought off significantly to a certain level of making more than enough to capitalize off of a trade. So one thing I want to make sure that we all know is that that's just for myself, just to make sure that I'm able to visualize and explain what is going on in my head and show you guys on the screen, so we can make money each week to our goal. So that's one thing I want to do, and thank you guys for tuning in. I think that's pretty much it for the night that we have. We are seeing sells on both. Obviously, we're more biased on bulls on Nas anything, but we are at all-time highs for both pairs that we have. So be very aware of that. And also, Nas been buying up for almost, I want to say, half a year. So at that point, I want to make sure that I'm able to capitalize off of that. So that's pretty much the gist of this stream. Just breaking down what we're gonna see tomorrow morning. So we'll be on that in the morning, 8 a.m. as usual, pre-record session and our videos. So this is, I think, day 18 that we're going on to. So you guys tune in as usual. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.